Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. On the last video I put some exhaust wrap on and it's just struggled to start really from there. It's been stood for a fair few months and I think something in the carb needs replacing. And the cost of the internals are about the same cost as one of these pz26 Chinese versions. But I've heard good things about them. I've heard that they do a good job, and they use them on the modern Chinese bikes that are coming out, so they can't be all that bad. But for the sake of 20 quid, I thought it was worth just trying it, and then I know for sure that is my carb that's playing up. So yeah, I'll stick on a bit of time lapse, get the seat cover off, get the old carb off, put the new one on, and then we can see if it runs any better on that carb. So join me shortly. Carb. I'm going to also put on the new needle as well from the new carb, and then slot it on there. 2 10mm nuts, and that's the carb on. Reconnect the fuel line, and I'll leave the airbox off and just give that a turn over, see what we've got. So I'll get that put on and get back to you shortly. Okay, I've got the new carbon installed there. Just connected the battery. Now I'm going to give it a try. Stick you on here. I want to make some adjustments. So I'm just going to go half choke. Wasn't getting this far before, so I'm happy with that. What I'm going to do is put the bike outside before I smoke myself out. bike's been running for about 10 minutes and it's running better on 1 cylinder than it did on 2 cylinders with the old carb. I'm just letting it continue to warm up just to see if we can get that other cylinder to kick in. It is a common problem on these engines where I find a good ride, a good flush through, it'll sort of correct itself. As you can see, we've got that's really warm now to the touch, and that side is just stone cold. I'm going to give it another 5-10 minutes, just seeing if we can get it to kick in. If not, I'll take the spark plug out and just check it, give it a clean. But hopefully we'll get both sides running. But like I say, that's running better on that Carb with 1 cylinder, just so much better. So far on that pz26 Carb, I highly recommend. £20 as well, you can't really go wrong, just to save yourself a lot of hassle finding out what part is in need of being replaced in your old Carb. Just change it. Right, I'm going to give that 5-10 minutes and I'll be back shortly. As you would have seen from that time lapse, I've put the bike back together. I'm just going to take it outside now and see if we can get it running on both cylinders. It's been a few days since I last tried to get it to run on both cylinders. I had it warmed up for 10-15 minutes and it did seem like it was trying to kick in. So let's get it out the front and see if we can get it back running on both cylinders. Fuel on, choke on full. Let it warm up for a few minutes, but to me that looked like that seems like 2 cylinders. That's quite strange. So I've got it on the half choke at the moment, tipping over nicely, and I'm pretty sure that's on both cylinders. Well, I'll give that a few minutes and get back to you. So unfortunately it still is only 1 cylinder. nice and warm on the one side and then freezing cold on the other. So just going to get it moving, see if we can get something kicking in. So as you would have seen in that video, I was struggling to get up that hill on my drive due to just one cylinder, but I thought, well, I'll just swap the spark plugs around, and we've got the left cylinder working now, as you can see. See the smoke there. So I think we've just basically got a dodgy spark plug. The other side is actually firing, I believe, as well, but it's just warmer than the other side. You can tell the difference straight away. Back on both cylinders. the spark plug should do the trick. It's mad how I change the spark plugs around and it starts working fine. As you've seen there, a bit of a mad video really, trying to show you, you know, from start to finish the problem. So I did think that that it was running on 2 cylinders when we first started it, but it wasn't. It was still on 1. As you seen me try and go up my drive, it wasn't even having the power to get up the drive. So I swapped the spark plugs around and both cylinders start working. So I'm like, okay, a couple of new spark plugs, I'm sure, you know, that'll be the end of that. I'm pretty confident that's going to be all right from there. When I had the carb issue and I was trying to start it, I'd flattened the battery 4 or 5 times, so there's been a lot of flooding and that kind of stuff. Probably knackered the spark plug. It's still kind of sparking, but it wasn't very much. And then I put it onto the other cylinder, which is obviously warm and working, so the dodgy spark plugs working all right on that cylinder, but the one that's not been firing, it wasn't doing the job. So the spark plug, what is working fine, is working on the cylinder which wasn't working. So that's any explanation I can think of really. But a couple of new spark plugs, I'm sure that'll all be sorted, and an MOT on the bike maybe next week, yeah, in about a week's time. So with another video on that, just to show you guys the MOT and if there's any issues with that. There's a couple of adjustments I've got to make. For example, the brake, it's too high, so my foot, instead of being there braking, it's here, and it's not comfortable at all. And also the gears are too low as well, so I need to make them adjustments. But that's all stems from the bigger suspension that I've put on. I'm still not convinced with them handlebars. I might go back to what I had on before, which is sort of lower, straighter sort of handlebar than those riser type bars, but we'll see. I'll take it on a ride on the MOT and I can, you know, feel it properly on that ride, rather than just a little ride on the drive. Ain't gonna tell you much. But that's going to be it for this one. Like I said, there'll be more videos on the CM. I ain't gonna just let it sit there and become a project that don't get done. It's pretty much there, and plans in the future as well for it. So I'm gonna probably get the frame powder coated and that kind of stuff, because I know the paint job that I've done is already starting to fail. So yeah, stay tuned. Please like, subscribe and share, and until next time, goodbye.